All right, we are looking at the Decision Maker app. And it says, where should I eat? Enter your name. I'm just going to say Bob. Type of restaurant, $15. Per person, 15. Where's my enter button? I don't see an enter button. Okay. So as soon as I select the kind of food, it says it goes up by 5s. It maxes out at 55. Glow's Diner. I don't think it should go down to 0. Let's see what it says for Chinese. Italian. If I change my name to Monique. What does the app do? Who is expected user for this app? What are the inputs? What are the outputs? So the inputs are the name, type of restaurant, and the price. You can't change this box, and it goes up by exactly $5. I can't say I love the sound effect. Alright, so let's finish with this one. Continue. Look at the next one. Activity Finder. About Lanisha. You want to do a light activity at 8 o'clock. You may want to try walking around the mall. Okay. I'm going to use the up-down arrows to try and change it. Try kite flying in Manson Park. You can only go to 5. You can go as early as 8. Activity level light. Light, moderate, strenuous. So what time of day does it change activity? Looks like between noon and 1 for strenuous. Between noon and 1 for light. And between noon and 1. Okay. So, continue. In design mode, create a screen designed in step 6 in the planning guide. There's nothing else there. So we would have to look at the planning guide. The planning guide would have to say what sort of details. So I'm going to open up the planning guide. Lesson plan. Planning guide. Your final app, a video that shows your program running this completed project planning guide. At least one number and one string used to make and report a decision with a conditional statement. A function which updates. Let me see if I can make that bigger. like if I just go to view, zoom, yeah, there we go, 200. A function which updates the screen and is called at least twice in the program. Conditional statement includes at least one logical operator, either and, or not. There are at least 3 different possible outputs. Yes, no, congratulations. Every function contains a comment explaining purpose and functionality, clear and easy to navigate user interface, cleanly written code, free of errors. Choose 3 ideas, talk about it with your partner, survey your classmate, store information, make a flow chart. I like how it includes a flow chart here. And it's going back to the lesson we did a couple of weeks ago. Oh, it has a whole explanation of how to make the flow chart. Design the user interface, build a prototype, do all this stuff. Alright, let's go back and look at it. Create the variables, create the function, add the on events, test the decision maker app, submit your decision maker app. Alright, so I'm going to have to think about what to decide. The first thing that comes to mind is deciding what to eat for dinner, or what to make for dinner. So, I like the idea of having putting in the name, and then having some choices for dinner. Let's see. Burgers and fries, tacos, spaghetti with H. What else? Stir fry. Pizza. That's 5. We can always add more later. I'd like to apply a theme. What kind of themes do we have? It's not showing me any themes. Okay. Let's put another box for how much time do we have. I think we could also use a drop down for that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5. How about we do by 10 minutes? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes. Okay. And so this box is going to be called meal drop down. And this one will be called time drop down. And this one will be called name input. And then we need an output box, which would be, I think, just a label. Output. Answer. Output. And I need a background color. Weren't there some sort of like layouts that were already available somewhere? It seems like there were. It's not manage asset. I wonder what's in manage assets. Let's take a look. Upload file, record audio. Okay, it's not one of those. Events. Click a link below to add an event. I like that. I don't think we've used that yet. Where is the way to choose like a design? Did you have to select? So apply a theme. I can click on the apply a theme, but it doesn't do anything. Well, let's see if we can change the background. Background color. Let's change it just like green. Green. That's not green. There we go. Light green. And then for the text box, let's change the background color of that. Right now, I think it's transparent. How would we change that? Background color, text color. 255? No. What happened to that? RGB. Let's change it to white. There we go. And then I imagine all these boxes need like words next to them. So is that also going to be label? I think that's also going to be labels. 1, 2, 3. So this one could be time available. This one could be menu. Menu option. And this one could be name. Let's see if we can make these so they're not overlapping. So what would be the logic as far as how would the logic work here? I'm going to have to think about that. I mean, if you choose burger and fries, but you only have 10 minutes, so is the logic going to be it says yes or no based on the time? I think it's going to have to do that. I think that's... So it's going to say yes or no based on the time. I really thought there was a way to do like a theme. I think you'd have to be on background. Apply a theme. Oh, there are themes. Wait. But what's... I'm going to do Control Z. See if I can undo that. Okay, so I found it. I think this scroll bar was hiding it. I went to code, and then I came back to design, and then there was the default theme. And so I'm going to choose a theme. I can always change the theme, so I'm just going to change it to this one for the time being. Yeah, it's tricky how that hides. I kind of like the blue and gold there. All right, let's see if we can do the coding. So it seems like there was something about add a button. So events, meal dropdown, click a link below to add a function to your code that will be called when this event is triggered. So insert and show code. So, and then I'm going to do the same thing. That was the meal drop down. I'm going to go back to design, burger and fries, time drop down. I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm going to do the same thing with this box name. So design, name, change or input, triggered immediately every time the text changes. So I like that. Okay, I'm going to drag this up to the top. Now we need some variables, and so I'm going to give it name, menu, and time. And I'm going to make an update screen function, which is the same thing as we did before, earlier in the lesson. I'm just going to call it update screen. And we're going to put that function in each one of these. So if any of these are changed, it updates. I'm going to call that update screen. Update screen. Update screen. And how are we going to update the screen? We're going to change the answer output. But first we're going to grab the values. So it's sending something to the console. I want to set my Do I need to set my variables? Yes, I think I'm going to set my variables first, all three of them. So I'm going to go grab all three values, and how do I copy that? Can I Control C that? Uh-oh, why did it change? Let me close this for a moment. Was it already red? Did I change? Oh, I did change something there. Oh, I moved from here to here. There we go. I think we just put it down here. I don't even think we need those console logs. I think we can throw those out. Anytime one of those is touched, we just need to update the function. So this would be name. This would be menu. This would be time. And then we're going to change this box. We're going to have an if-else statement. So if what would take the longest to make? So we're going to do it based on time. If time is greater than 30 minutes. So this is where it'd be helpful to have a flow chart. If time is greater than 30 minutes, no. If time is less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes. Let's have it say, so we're going to set property of the answer output text. So we're going to have it say, hi name plus name quote. Why is it not letting me do a quote? Quote, comma, space. You selected plus menu option, which is menu. But there is only enough time to make burgers. Does that make sense? Maybe we should just say, sorry, there's only enough time to make burgers. Maybe I should say with how many minutes. But with time, minutes. Alright, let's try this and see if it works. So, we're going to run it. Call smiles. It did not update. Why is it not updating? Oh, because I didn't change anything. No, it's still not updating. Answer output. Let's do a watcher. So we're going to do watchers. Where are my watchers? Let's reset. Clear. It does not seem to be allowing me watchers yet. Maybe I have to go to a different level. Maybe this is just the design mode level. Set properties and answer output the text. Let's run it really slow and see what happens. Run. Meal drop down. Time available, that would be a get number. So I'm going to change that to get number. That's a number. And that way when it does the comparison against 10, oh, if it's less than 10, we can't have a less than 10. So if it's less than or equal to 10, there we go. I think we have to do the less than first, though. Less than or equal to. Alright, now let's try it. Why did it not change the text? Let's have it write something else for the else. Let's just try to have it write okay. So I'm going to delete everything. Alright, let's reset it. Let's run it. Maybe we need to run it faster. I'm going to go to level 4 and see, maybe there's something. I don't understand why there's no watchers. So, oh, here we go, some watchers. Now let's try running it. Oh, there you go. So in bubble 3, it wasn't allowing us to do anything. So Jill's house is not a good name, so let's call it Fred. Hi, Fred. You selected burger and fries, but with 10 minutes, there's only enough time to make burgers. Let's say without fries. Without fries. Alright, so we're going to run it again. I think we should wait. I don't think it should say this immediately because we didn't really select the burgers and fries. Oh, why is it saying okay if we're doing 30 more time? I think we should say hi Bob in every case. So why don't we do... Oh, we can't do a set property though, can we? But we could add the hi Bob. We could make a variable and add the hi Bob in there every single time. So let's have a variable that's called text response. We can just call it response. Response. And that way we can include this whole hi name you selected in there. So what I'm doing is trying to just shorten the code up here. So we're going to include all this. And then I'm going to delete this out of there. And then we'll just call it hi name. No, not hi name. Response. Response equals. So what we're doing is we're just putting this in so we don't have to repeat this. So we're automatically going to put hi name you selected. Let's see. And plus time plus minutes. So that's going to all be automatic. And then, so we're going to add to response, oops. Response plus response equals. Okay. So what we're doing there is this is like going to come up every single time. And then it's going to add this phrase with a capital T. There's only enough time to make burgers without fries. All right, let's try this. Reset it. Run it. It doesn't like line 20. Why does it not like that? Let's see what response is in the watcher. It's not available. Why is it not available? variable response, response equals hi plus name plus you selected plus menu plus and plus time plus minutes. Let's reset it. Let's run it. Let's put all our variables in there. Name, menu, time. Alright. There's no property named hi. You selected tacos and 10 minutes. Property. There's no property? I don't understand. I think it's saying there's no name in there. So I think if we set name is equal to blank, then that error should go away. It's just complaining that we didn't put anything in there. I think that's what's happening. So as soon as we change this, there's no property named hi. There's only enough. So it's line 20. Is it not allowing us? Oh, wait a second. We're missing text. Okay. So we need to tell it to change the text box. There, like that. So that was, I just had it written wrong. Okay. Reset. Run. Tacos. Okay. So now let's say Freddy. You selected tacos in 10 minutes. There's only enough time to make burgers without fries. So what if we go with more than 10 minutes? It just says okay, which is not what we want. We want it to do maybe like if they give it a lot of time, then they should be able to make anything. That sounds good. Alright, so let's reset it. We selected burgers and fries in 40 minutes. That sounds good. Sammy. I like how it responds immediately, but I also don't like that it responds immediately, so. I need a lot more choices, though. So I need some sort of like a table of which of these, like how much time does each of these take. And I'm supposed to have and or logic in here also. So we got to add more. This one's still going to have to go to the bottom. Let's say if the time is less than or equal to 20. And the menu option, which is menu, is equal to either burger let's say it's equal to burgers and fries. I think we're going to have the same response, but we're still not going to have enough time to make fries. Fries just take too long. Fries take, what, about 20 minutes for the oven to heat up, plus another 20 minutes to bake the fries. So we could copy this, but it would be the same response. So I'm not sure that we really need it like that. I do notice one error, which is this should say burgers and fries here instead of burger and fries. I don't know if this red light is for that. I think it's saying I need to put in more parentheses. Alright, let's try to put parentheses around time and less than or equal to 20. And then also around menu. Oh, I'm supposed to be using a comparison, which is 2 equals. That's probably what it's complaining about. But it doesn't hurt to have the parentheses in there. I mean, it'll still do the work the same way. Okay, so if it's 20 minutes, let's reset and run it. So it's 10 minutes. Why is it not running? And change it to 20. It didn't seem to update it. What if I change it to 60? If I change it to 20? Oh, those are exactly the same. I almost think I need, like, if it's burger and fries, I need to have like 2 different answers. If it's let's put some comments in here. Okay. So where are my comments? Are those under function? Yeah. Okay. So burger and fries and need to answer not enough. Excuse me. Not enough time for fries. Time for fries. Where'd my... Not enough time for fries. If it is less than 40 minutes. All right, so let's add a bunch of comments here, so we can have comments for all 5 choices. So what else do we got? Tacos. Can't make cooked tacos with less than 20 minutes, probably. Can't make with rice if less than 40 minutes. So that would be for tacos. See, spaghetti, gotta boil the water. Probably need 20 minutes. Can't make in 10 minutes. How about ramen? If it's 20 minutes, it's probably fine. Let's see, stir fry. You gotta get the pan going. Less than 20 minutes. How about a... Let's just say not enough time. think the stir fry you probably need over 20 minutes. If less than 20 won't work, you'll need more time or a different choice. Let me close this toolbox here. And how about pizza? If you're making pizza, it depends on what crust you're using. If it's a pre-prepared crust, you still have to preheat the oven though, and that takes probably 15 minutes. And then probably 10 minutes to cook. So if less than 30 minutes, not enough time to cook a pizza, maybe a roll-up. Okay, so if we have all this as our conditions, then down here we can build this based on the time and what's selected. So that gives us basically 10 different answers based on which of the 5 food choices and what time is allowed there. I mean, another way to do it was just to have them put in the time and then say what could be made, but that wouldn't really satisfy the conditions we're looking for. Okay, I'm going to pause here, and I may come back in a little bit and finish this up. Otherwise, start thinking about your app and how you're going to make your app.